This is A.T. with another discussion on an episode of the Twilight Zone. This is called The Eye of the Beholder. This here is actress Donna Douglas, with face bandaged following a plastic surgery operation intended, as alluded to repair a disfiguration. Douglas's character, Janet Tyler, and by the way, this is before Douglas morphed into Ellie Mae Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies. Janet lives in a totalitarian society and is about to see the results of her 11th and last permitted by the ruling autocracy operation. Now, if unsuccessful, it means Janet will be put into a camp populated by her own kind. Now, throughout this 1.5-hour episode, the viewers see neither Douglas's face nor those of the doctors and nurses attending her. The denouement to all of this, the viewers witness Janet's horror as her face is finally exposed. It is, in fact, as proportionate and beautiful to the degree that those of the doctors and nurses are disfigured and ugly. Janet is later coupled with, again, one of her own kind, who is a handsome man named Smith. The final scene has the government leader, played by actor George Camus, disfigured and cruel and denouncing conformity. I'm going to give you some of his speech. They permitted a polyglot, accident-bred, mongrel-like, massive diversification to blanket the earth, to infiltrate and weaken. Well, we know now that there must be a single purpose, a single norm, a single approach, a single entity of peoples, a single virtue, a single morality, a single frame of reference, a single philosophy of government. It is essential in this society that we not only have a norm, but that we conform to that norm. Differences weaken us. Well, The Eye of the Beholder remains popular among viewers of The Twilight Zone, but not so much for E.T. Two problems with this episode require analysis. Problem 1. The plot is based on a false premise that no objective beauty standard exists. In other words, it's all in the eye of the beholder. Now, that thought originated with Plato and later was made popular by a 19th century novelist. Well, countless studies, most recently by the University of Nebraska, have proved that symmetry is a major determinant for beauty among mammals. It indicates, at least on an unconscious level, the likelihood of healthy offspring. Aristotle, no friend of Plato, said this: "The chief forms of beauty are order and symmetry and definiteness." While it's dangerous to ever consider science as settled, something we found out recently, it is fair, at least to postulate that symmetry is, and for centuries has been known to be, a requisite for beauty. Problem number 2. Serling's diversity is our strength theme. While it possesses merits, it can, if taken to the extreme, lead to societal problems. But on the positive side, a diverse and large republic is far less likely, as James Madison observed in Federalist No. 10, less likely to be dominated by any one faction. In other words, less likely to lead to dictatorship. On the negative side, an enforced diversity, where cultural and other perceived differences are so acute that constant disruption results, can also result in a faction or a strongman imposing dictatorial rule. Serling was obviously making a point about Nazi Germany, and it's one that resonated with Americans just a decade and a half off of World War II. And that theme reappeared in different plot forms in several of his other episodes, and they were not, in my opinion, Serling's best efforts. In fact, some critics maintain that almost all of the Twilight Zone's lesser episodes were Serling's. And I believe Serling should have brought in better sci-fi writers. For example, Ray Bradbury. Serling said Ray was too wordy. Well, that's it. Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe, share, hit the bell icon for new uploads. You know the drill. Thank you.